Good afternoon, everyone. This is the continuation of my report, which is the communication. So, we stop in the horizontal, lateral, and diagonal communication. So, communication takes place among members of the same work group, those members of work group at the same level. Horizontal communication can be diagonal or lateral message exchange between work units. Boundaries involving peers who report to the same head or those employees who work are different supervisors. So, horizontal, lateral, or diagonal communication can be, this refers to communication among individual or groups the same organizational level. So, example na, mga including meetings, face-to-face decision, phone calls, and online chats. So, muna mga example sa horizontal and diagonal communication. So, it's often considered more efficient than vertical communication because it's easier, friendlier, and has a fewer social barriers. Diagonal communication specifically refers to communication across different departments or units. So example, members of marketing team brainstorm ideas for a new campaign in a meeting. So, this is a horizontal communication. A member of a marketing team coordinating with a member of a production team about campaign logistical aspects is an example of the diagonal communication. So, let's moving on to Koch and Hansaker 2001. Relate to communication flow to communication channel as the means or techniques used to signal or convey a message. So, communications channel by Koch and Hansaker. Example of communication channel is sending a memo is a communication channel. So, kibali ang kanang magkuhan bitaw ang communication channel is kanang bitaw iyang aware or mag-signal siya og message sa iyang mga kauban or sa iyang ka-workmate or sa iyang kauban sa or members sa organization mo na communication channel. So next kay by Laser 1999, define communication network as a set of employees who have stable contact through which information is generated and transmitted. So, example, within a large organization, a group of employees from different departments or who regularly collaborate on project forms a communication network. Similarly, a small team working closely together forms another communication network. So, kubalik ka ng communication network like, kanabitang sa both sa isa-isa ka organization o sa pikas nga organization, nabitaw may ka ng mga kuan bitaw namoy mga connections or namoy ka ng mga kuan bitaw ka ng namoy ka ng mga kailangan bitaw nga naamoy dali bitaw ang inyo ang contacts para dali in kaso nga naay mga agreement sa inyo ang sulod sa inyo ay naay ka ng agreement sulod sa inyong organization dali ra ang kuan process bitaw ikinana. Then that's all, thank you.
So maayong adlaw sa tanan, especially to you, ma'am. My report is a continuation of the report of Mr. Guzman about communication. So a quick recap about communication. Communication is a transfer of information and understanding from one person to another. Sender and message and receiver are the pattern of communication. So let's proceed to my part. As you can see in the organizational chart, naa siya'y duha ka structure. Formal structure and informal structure. Ang formal structure, ang communication or information is come from the highest position. Muna siya agatong authoritarian model nga ang authority is come from the highest position. So formal structures offers advantages like enhanced clarity, efficiency, and transparency in organization. It ensures clear communication channels, promotes accountability, and helps maintain records, fostering a sense of professionalism. Delay is one of the major problem of vertical upward communication. Kaya if ever naay issues and concern nga gikan siya sa lowest position, kana siya moagi pa gyud na siya sa vice president, dayon magpaabot pa pud og i-approve ba og dili, then og i-approve ayha pa siya maabot sa president. Naagi siya delay kay dili dan siya matagaan og action. So let's proceed to informal structure. Informal structure in an organization refers to the unofficial exchange of information, ideas, and opinions that happen outside of formal channels and structure. It can be a faster and more efficient way to share information compared to formal channels. It can provide opportunities for employees to share ideas, brainstorm solutions, and collectively solve problems. Ang information ani niya comes from the vice president. Dili siya gikan sa president. Ang information is kanang naara siya sa ang information is dili gikan sa highest position. So within departments and small groups, figure on the next page shows within the departments and small groups communication networks in a variety of formats such as wheel, chain, and Y, circle, and all channel. Recognize the wheel, chain, and Y all include a center person A, who much of the communication must reach. The circle and all channel patterns include all members equally in exchange of message. Small groups can utilize any network pattern. Various patterns perform effectively for different tasks. Wheel, chain, and Y perform rapidly and accurately for routine tasks. Circle and all channel patterns perform best where the free flow of communication occurs despite its possibility to become slower. Dewar, 1997, explains that communication channels with which the information flows have three types such as formal, informal, and electronic communication. These channels are used throughout the organization communication process. So as you can see in the picture, wheel, chain, Y, circle, and all channel communication networks. So in wheel, information typically flows from the central hub to the other members and can flow back from the members to the hub. Members are not directly connected to each other. All communication is channeled through the central hub. Chain communication typically starts at the top, moves downward through the chain of command. In a Y communication network, a central figure A manages three smaller subgroups, B, C, and D. Subgroups B, C, or D can communicate directly with A, but not with each other. Circle. In circle communication network, information flows within a group in a circular manner, where individuals can only communicate with the people immediately next to them. In all channels network, an all-channel network in communication is characterized by open informal communication where anyone can communicate with anyone else in the group. Muna siya katong free flow of information ang katong any members can communicate sa other members. Example, a team project where all members can directly communicate with each other about tasks, progress, or concerns. So, formal communication channel. This channel is task-related communication that follows the authority chain of command. Communication is relating to person's position in the organization. As discussed earlier, the three directions of formal communications are downward, upward, and horizontal level. Kani siya kay ang information is sugod gyud sa higher position down to the lowest. Ang information is based sa position sa organization. Then, ang informal communication or grapevine, this channel occurs to serve the interest of the individuals who make them irrespective of the position in the organization. It takes place regardless to the organization hierarchy or task requirements. It relates to personal communication tasks. Communication takes place in an organization, also referred to as the rumor mill. Rumor mill is a situation where a group of people repeatedly spreading rumors. The grapevine frequently represents as past and sometimes an accurate source of information. In sense, workers viewed grapevine as more believable and reliable than high management communication channels. So, ang chismis ay mas paspas pa kaysa tinuod nga information og dili pud ay tanang chismis is dili tinuod, na pud ay chismis nga tinuod. Makshin and von Glino 2000 illustrated the transmission patterns of grapevine communication represented in figure 25 on the next page. The grapevine typically delivers information via cluster chain pattern. Senders convey grapevine message only to members they know and think and are interested. So Newstorm and Davis 2002 pointed out features that describe people to be actively involved in grapevine as listed below. Excitement and insecurity. For example, if ang information nga ilang nadunggan is lacking or unclear kanang information nga sa taas, for example, na ay nag-promotion. So if wala pa kay siya, dili pa kay siya sure, di ba? Mangutana magina siya basag asa, mang chismis para makabalog unsay tinuod. Next is involvement of friends, associates. Kanang paasip ra ka ba nga na kay concerns about ana sa imong friends or associates pero gusto ra jud ka makabalo sa chismis. The next is recent information. Procedures that brings people into contact. Work that allows conversation. Job that provides information decided by others. For example, kani siya na katong for example secretary ka, di ba? Ikaw may nakabalo tanan sa unsay mga promotion, unsay mga panghitabo sa opisina, if naabay tangtangon nga trabahante or naabay promotion. So kuan mas sa imo gina siya sila mangutana nimo kay mas ikaw may nakabalog unsay nahitabo. So bas kuan gyud siya mas ikaw jud ulonon og chismis. The last one is personality of communicator. So in figure 25, transmission pattern of grapevine communication. Kanang hanap-hanap ra kaayo muna siya receiver and sender. Kanang white receiver only, then kanang naitom jud kay siya muna siya non-receiver. So the major problem with the grapevine is a rumor that carries poor reputation. Newstorm and Davis 2002 define rumor as grapevine information that is communicated without secure standard of evidence being present. It is unverified and untrue part of the grapevine. It could by chance be correct, but it is incorrect. Thus, it is presumed to be undesirable. Kuan siya baka na siyang wala siya sakto nga ebidensya or basihan nga gi-present, dili siya tinuod, then dili po siya confirmed. Types of humors are described below. Historical and explanatory. People tend to create meaning out of incomplete prior events. Spontaneous and action-oriented. People talk without forethought and tend to change a current situation. Positive. People speculate about the favorable result of a new information just released. Negative. People drive a wedge between members and others in the groups, destroy trust, and initiate hostilities. Many strategies to control rumor are enumerated below. First, remove its causes in order to prevent. Apply efforts primarily to be serious in rumors. Refute rumor with fact. Deal with rumors as soon as possible. Emphasize face-to-face supply of facts. Confirm in writing if necessary. Provide fact reliable source. Refrain from repeating rumors while refuting it. Encourage assistance of informal and union leaders if they are cooperative. And the last is listen to all rumors in order to understand what they mean. So, in electronic communication, mo ni siya agatong magamit og mga technology or computer. This means electronic advances in information technology and communication. Bartol and Martin 2001 explained that electronic advances are providing organizational managers with innovative methods and accurate channels of communication. First is electronic mail or email. This is computer-based communication system that provides the individual to send a message to someone instantly. It operates the high-speed exchange of written message with the computerized text processing and communication networks. Advantages are dramatic speed and convenience. Disadvantages are the loss of face-to-face contact and the lack of emotional content. Second is voicemail. This communication system is a computer-based answering machine accessed via telephone to receive or transmit message. It is used to impart short message that do not require further discussion with the receiver. Mao ni siya agatong kuan lang siyang telephone lang siya, the use of telephone. The third is teleconferencing. This is the simultaneous communication among a group of individuals over the telephone or via computer utilizing to delicate designed software. This software is referred to as groupware because it facilitates message sharing the group members communicating with others simultaneously. Muna siya agatong, it is a video call between two people in a different location using a platform like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. And the fourth is video conferencing. This is also the simultaneous communication holding of the meeting with individuals in two or more location places via closed-circuit television. Same na rin siya sa number 3. Mag-ano kaya po siya, video call using different platforms like Zoom or FaceTime. So let's proceed to salient methods in communication channel or effective methods in communication. Both top and low organization workers need to decide the most effective communication channels. As the situation calls for it, they should be both adaptive and adaptive enough to employ various methods towards best communication channel. First is media richness. Max Shen and von Glenow 2000 define media richness as the data carrying capacity, means the volume and variety of information that can be transmitted. Face-to-face communication is considered the highest data carrying capacity because the sender can simultaneously convey verbal and non-verbal cues. The receiver responds and gives feedback from the sender. Non-routine situation would need media richness because the top executive, which is the communicators and the employees, mawang audience, have less chance to have a direct communication and can receive information at once. Thus, they need to deliver a large volume of information at once. Thus, they need to deliver a large volume of information via face-to-face meetings, more particularly coordinating the task forces and minimizing the communication breakdown conflict. Second is symbolic meaning of the medium. The medium is the message that has its symbolic meaning would vary from one person to other person. Sender's choice of communication channel transmit meaning beyond the content of the message. Employee surveys. This communication method provides the management to determine needs and problems of the workers. More specifically, information regarding employees' job satisfaction, superior-subordinate relationship, decision-making, work efficiency, training and development, and other work problems. And the fourth one is management by wandering around MBWA. Essentially, management by wandering around connotes that the managers can simply walk around the organization and informally chat with all levels of the employees to learn about their concerns, ideas, and problems. So let's proceed to factors in communication barriers. Ang factors are obstacles that hinder the effective exchange of information and understanding between individuals or groups. Misinterpretation occurs when the receiver understands the message in his own way of satisfaction and not the way the sender's intent and purpose. So first is frames of reference. A person's mindset is based on past experience and current expectation that determines what is perceived and how it is interpreted. Employees of various roles are distinct with regard to frames of reference. Second is semantic. This communication barrier pertains to the meaning and use of the words. Variations in groups have different meaning to identical words or expression. For example, ang semantics ko, for example, naka sa Manila, na nagtrabaho ka sa isang kumpanya, dahil gitagaan kag daghan kaayo nga nga trabaho, dahil ni anak na ka, naglibog na ko sa akon, niya, di ba sa Tagalog, ang naglibog is lahi ilang pagsabot ana, so naagid dahil dito ang misinterpretation and misunderstanding, kay wabad sila kasabot ug unsa ibog buot pasabot ato ibog giistorya kay lahi-lahi man ta, pero kaya mas okay jud nga magamit og kanang language nga nakahibalo ang tanan para walay misinterpretation and misunderstanding. And the next is selective listening. These barriers means that the receiver behavior of blocking out information or distorting it too much preconceived notions. Receiver would want to hear information concerning value judgments, needs, and expectations. 4 is filtering or selective sending. As mentioned earlier, filtering is one major problem of our upward communication. It means that the sender conveys only parts of the relevant information to the receiver, when subordinates suppress negative information and convey only the message that will be viewed by the managers as favorable. 5th is source credibility or distrust. A source credibility is the trust, confidence, and faith that the receiver has in the words and actions of the sender. Thus, employees' perception with expectations with the manager. If the employees view their manager as less than honest, as manipulative, and as not to be trusted, are apt to assign non-existent motives to any communication from him. And the last is information overload. Employees have limited capacity to processing data because of information overload. The condition with which information inflow exceeds an individual processing capacity. Emails, phone calls, faxes, and meetings are the result of an information overload. Daghan na kayo nga information, ma-overload na siya. Dili na ba tabang? So, let's proceed to improving organizational communication skills. Both managers and employees must develop effective communication geared toward a successful organization. Managers need to send directions and provide employee performance feedback. On the other hand, employees need to provide responses, ideas, and convey other matters back to the management. Also, effective group teamwork need clear communication among members. In this regard, Koch and Hans Zucker 2001 suggested skills for an effective and successful communication in the workforce as described below. First is choose the most effective method to communicate. It is important that the right message is communicated using the right method. Focus on the message being sent and choose the most appropriate method to send it. Second is send clear and complete and specific messages. Enhance credibility by demonstrating expertise, clarifying intentions, being reliable and dynamic, and exhibiting warmth and friendliness. Third is active listen. Active listening is hard work, but worth it is because it builds rapport with others and helps obtain relevant information. The receiver must need to physically attend and mentally concentrate on what the speaker is conveying. He can also ask clear questions and paraphrase to ensure understanding. Fourth is ask appropriate questions. Questions can help gain information, uncover motives, give information, obtain participation, check understanding, start others thinking, induce agreement, and refocus attention. Fifth is read and apply nonverbal communication. The best message combined with the best delivery method can completely be lost if nonverbal communication is incongruity. Focus on the forms of nonverbal communication like body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Even a strong message will lose its meaning if the communication looks uneasy or unsure. Sixth is utilize information communication channels. Information communication channels include the grapevine, social gatherings, management by wandering around, small group networks. Informal communication channels can be used effectively or they can lead to damaging situations. Clarify other communicators' frames of reference. For effective communication, it is important that both parties understand the other's frames of reference. Be careful in the use of semantics. Uses of different terms of language semantics can lead to confusion when others are not aware of their meaning. Avoid value judgment. Value judgment tends to put others in the defensive or belittle their self-identity. So that's all. Thank you.